It's just pieces are just smeared everywhere. In the cushions, outside the cushions, in your shirt. You just went to pee and somehow there's popcorn in the toilet now. Hey everyone, welcome to the Big Dane podcast. I'm your host, Dana Trimborn, and this podcast is a random hodgepodge of topics that gets released on every Tuesday on, your preferred platform, of course. And I really enjoy sharing my personal stories and making those connections with you guys and just really being relatable, all in a fun and silly environment. Hey friends, how many of you watch movies at home versus going into the movie theater? Or maybe you actually miss going to the movie theater and having that experience. Stick around, you'll be able to relate with me and how we've all been watching movies these days and what I think is ridiculous. So we're sitting down to watch a movie instead of going out to movies. Why? Because there's just so much at our fingertips. Instead of getting in the car, trying to find the closest theater, but then also find the theater that has the movie that you want to watch. You got to get the tickets. I mean, it's like this whole to-do. Now, granted, I do enjoy going out to the movies. It's something that I did a lot, as a teenager. And I mean, even through college, I remember we would go to the movies and everything. But now it's just a little bit different, right? I mean, I can't go to the movies in my PJs. Now, sure, I bet you there are people that will walk into the theater with their pajama pants on. But that person isn't me. But I don't know. I mean, when I do go to the theater, if I have to pee, what am I gonna, excuse me, can you just, no one is pausing it because you paid for this movie to, for you to watch and not make any disruption throughout. So you can't pause it like you can, at home. Or if you need another snack or another beverage, you can't just walk into the kitchen and get it. Like, you have to go back out to the concessions there and pay a gazillion dollars that for something that probably just tastes okay. And I know nowadays, lately, you do see some of these theaters, they do have a bar or they are able to offer, alcoholic beverages, which I think is pretty cool. Really relaxing, let loose, right? This is actually kind of interesting. So I remember a few years back, Matt and we went to the AMC theater here right over in Plymouth Meeting. And the movie must have been like 7 or 8 o'clock. We looked it up. We're like, oh yeah, duh. Like, there's a bar there. Like, maybe we can just get a drink before and then, or just get it and we'll go get our seats. We're really like scoping this out. So we get there, because we had purchased our tickets online, so we didn't have to like wait in line, and get to the bar, and I don't see anyone there except for like one person that was working the bar or was just finishing up, because he's like, oh, the bar is closed. Like, what do you mean it's closed? Like, the movie theater is open. Well, apparently, they did not have enough staff for that evening. I thought, are you for real right now? We just got tickets specifically for this theater. For one, because it's close by. For two, because it has a bar. I mean, these are key things that like influence where I'm gonna go watch a movie. And then I thought, who is making this schedule? Who thought, okay, yeah, I guess, we actually don't have enough staff, so let's just close it early. No, no one thinks like that. Customer first. Customer first. I don't understand. And, and especially knowing that it was somewhat earlier in the night, I could understand, like, okay, maybe if it's like an 11 o'clock movie or something, that maybe the bar would be closed, maybe, but 7, 8 o'clock, I don't think so. I don't think so. We could have brought a to go cup of alcohol. So that was pretty annoying because you would think that the bar should be open like the same time frame as the theater. So that was like pretty annoying. But going off that and that idea of having, you know, more than just popcorn and candy, but actually like food and, alcohol and other drinks. How about, do you remember when those movie taverns first came out? Like, that was a huge deal. Huge deal. And it's like, wow, like, you went to a movie tavern this weekend? Yo, like, how was it? It's like this whole thing because it's something that we just didn't have. And, you can get an actual meal there while you watch the movie. You can get your beer, or wine, and you have a server. Yeah. So it's not even like, oh, I can get like alcohol, but like, no, you have a server who is serving you your food and your drinks. And then there's like a little button, I remember. You could just like beep, and they'd come back. And, it wasn't really a disruption, though, I feel like, to the movie because, they kind of like crouched down, they weren't standing, and just kind of like crawling like through the aisles. And, you'd be sitting in these like large, comfy chairs. But it was a real game changer. And on how we had watched movies. And then it's like, well, what's next? What's next is you're just going to watch movies at home. I mean, actually, one thing too that comes to mind when we would go to the theater, it's like, okay, how did I tell my bladder, like, all right, yo, like, you're holding this the entire 2 hours, like, that's it. You just gotta stick it out, and then, there could be a bladder situation. Maybe you're having like a bladder problem after, but that's another story. But no, I thought, how did I do this? How did I do that? But I did. I did it. Do I remember as a kid where I'm like, I can't hold it. I can't hold it. Because you had too much sodas, probably like a liter of soda, right? Went to a birthday party. That's it. That's it. You're toast. But when you're at home, though, to sit down to watch a movie, I don't know about you, but it seems that it takes me 10 years to watch something. Yeah. I mean, it's a completely different mindset when you're at home versus, all right, well, we got to leave at this time to get there. And no, you just go right downstairs to your TV. And it's crazy. I mean, we have so many things, so many different ways to watch movies and so many different streaming networks. Like, I don't even know where I start. HBO, Disney Plus, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, which we only have like a free year subscription, but so I don't know how much we'll have that for. And I try to use all of the streaming networks equally. Okay, you gotta rotate them. No discrimination. Um, but then, when you do come across something that looks interesting or it sounds interesting, and like, all right, like let me look it up on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, yeah. Then it says 4 out of 10. Who wants to sit through that? Who wants to do it? So now I'm back to square one. Like, all right, like, how do I don't, So before you're cycling through this, like, well, this movie looks cool. Let me look it up. Nah, still, this has a 5 out of 10. Now, why would I want to watch a shitty movie? No. So now, before you know it, you've wasted probably about 15 minutes to try to find something. Because sometimes even the trailer looks good, but then you realize, yeah, when you look it up, not so good. Not the best movie. No, no. So, that being said, because I was starting out looking at whichever streaming network first, now I've reversed it. I've now started out on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I just, you can look from there, or I'm pretty sure I've even looked up like a Rotten Tomatoes like list of top movies, and then you don't even have to do anything else because it's there. So then what I do is that I'll punch it into Rotten Tomatoes. Wow, it's a great movie, amazing. Let me watch the trailer. You gotta watch the trailer. You got to, and then you're ready. Then you are ready to watch your movie. But honestly, how many of you guys have just done that? You're trying to figure out what to watch. I mean, let alone if you were watching it with someone else too. That's two different opinions. Maybe someone's very opinionated. And then the movie that you picked, even though it has great ratings, it looks wonderful, your other friend or whomever is like, I don't want to watch that. Why would I want to watch that? I don't feel like watching a scary movie. All right, well, get over yourself. You're going to watch it. But it's just, you waste so much time. So much time. How does this happen? Or another funny thing was, sometimes when you do find the movie, like, yeah, like what, or like something comes to mind, like you've been wanting to watch it and then you find it, but then it says rent or buy. And then you thought, I've been watching so many movies for free for so long that now when you have to buy something, it seems like a break of the bank. It seems ridiculous. Yeah. And then I laugh at myself because I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to buy it because at the end of the day, it's still so much cheaper than going to the movies. And what's another $10 to $15? And when you buy it, like, I think last year, I actually remember talking about this on one of my episodes, and I couldn't find the movie Elf that we had, or like I could not find it. And then I thought, I'm just going to buy it. Just gonna buy it. So now I can watch it this year. I don't have to buy it. How great is that? How great is that? But it's just interesting how, such a whole process to sit down and watch a movie because there's too many options. Now, if there was just one streaming network like we had back in the day, then yeah, sure, let me just go to Netflix and find a movie. No problem. No problem. It becomes more relaxing and you light your candle, dim the lights, okay? You have all of your favorite snacks and you're ready to go. Ready to go. Maybe you even did it up big, right? And you bought the kernels to make popcorn. Gonna make it fresh. And now a little hack for you. You can put that in a brown paper bag. You just throw it in the microwave. Done. You're done. How easy is that? And then take it out, put a little oil, salt, pepper. Maybe you want to get a little fancy, add some spices on top. Oh, yeah. All right, we're breaking because I want to tell you about my new coffee membership tiers that I'm offering to you amazing listeners. Yes, essentially a place for all exclusive content that will not be on my Instagram and Facebook. These tiers are going to offer you from sneak peeks of the next episode, uncut audio clips that won't be on the regular episodes, so we've got some juicy content there, and merch discounts. And that's just the beginning of this all, right? So check it out for yourself. You can go and find these 3 tiers when you click on my link tree in my Instagram bio at the Big Dane podcast. Boom, click on that, and I'm making super easy for you because it's the first one on there, the coffee cup icon. See which one fits you the best. Or you've gone over to your local candy store to get all the sweet and salty snacks, and you're just so pumped up to enjoy, the movie, and it's going to be a movie night, it's going to be great. And then on top of that, you have endless options for drinks, right? I mean, whose fridge isn't stocked? You got your beer. You could have a glass of wine. Maybe you want to make a cocktail, whatever you want. Because at the movie theater, they don't have that because they're shutting down at 5 p.m. So can't rely on them. Cannot rely on them. And the beauty of watching at home too, you can pause it. Yo, babe, I gotta go pee. Can we just pause it for just 30 seconds? 30 seconds. Yeah. Sure. Then we'll take a little break. You go pee. Let's go restock our drinks. Maybe we need to make more popcorn. And of course, when you do get up from the couch and you made the popcorn, you get up and there's a billion pieces of popcorn just coming out of your couch because you're just shoving it down your throat. It's just pieces are just smeared everywhere. In the cushions, outside the cushions, in your shirt. You just went to pee and somehow there's popcorn in the toilet now. What goes on? What goes on? And so, yeah, I mean, it's truly such a different experience when you're sitting at home versus going to the theater. And, it has those ups and downs, right? I don't know which one you prefer. But then once the movie is over, the nice thing about watching at home, you don't have to get back in the car, drive all the way home because you're already home. How easy is that? I know some of you are probably like, this is so lazy. I can't believe you don't even want to get in your car to drive to the theater. I know. Well, that is the point of watching a movie because you are being lazy, am I right? You gotta recharge, relax, get it together. Just have a night to yourself. I mean, I feel like I've watched so many movies without Matt, and that's okay. How many of you though have fallen asleep in the theater ever? Anyone? You have? Oh my God, what movie was it? Oh my God, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever done that where I've fallen asleep in a theater. I would have to be extremely tired. I get it, it's dark, but the audio of the movie is pretty loud, and especially if you watched an action movie. I mean, how would you fall asleep through that? I don't know. Or what about, have you guys ever watched or gone to the theater and you said to yourself, all right, I'm going to watch back to back movies. So you're watching one movie at 7 o'clock, then you watch another movie at like 9:30. Has anyone done that? I don't think I've ever done a back to back. Well, I feel like maybe, like vaguely, I remember once, or maybe we snuck in. I used to do that. Good times. Kids these days don't know what that's all about. Sneaking into the theater. Yeah, been there, done that. Am I right? But yeah, probably. I mean, when I'm at home though, I probably don't watch like a back to back movie because like, all right, I've had enough. I need to get up because now my back hurts. Gotta stretch it out, you know. Or sometimes what we will do is we put on Nailed It because that's like our favorite show, or some kind of like dream home show, like an HGTV kind of show. Because we figure, all right, like another 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and we'll probably like go to bed. But so many different ways to watch movies. You know, going to the theater, doing, what about dinner and a movie? No one does that these days either. Like a legit, like, all right, let's go get dinner at a restaurant, not at our kitchen table, and then go to the theater. No, I don't think people know what that is anymore. Dinner and a Netflix. Yeah, all inside your house, right? Oh my Lord. But really want to hear from you and see what you prefer, or what do you miss about going to the movies like we used to. I bet if you have kids, it makes it so much easier that watching a movie at home and putting them up to bed in your dedicated time, and then you can just do whatever you want, watch movie and chill, and instead of getting a babysitter and then going out and all that jazz. But yeah, would love to hear from you. I really hope you enjoyed it, and cheers. Okay, friends, be sure to listen on your preferred platform. Go to my Instagram or Facebook at the Big Dane Podcast and tap on the link tree within my account to find your favorite way to listen. If you truly enjoyed it, stay on the link tree and tap on leave a review. And you'll notice this link tree has other exciting areas to check out, like the coffee memberships that I spoke about with all exclusive content. A merch section is there because, yes, I have merch waiting for you. And of course, feel free to contact me with any feedback or other topics of interest, which you'll see is the last section of the Linktree platform. All right, see you next week.